Welcome to Complexity Made Simple. My name is Paul Allen, and before we get into today's video, well, I'm just going to remind you the 3 books that are on sale. Drink tea and read the paper. If you're a green belt and a black belt and you want simple instruction on how to apply your skill, design of experiments for 21st century engineers, and finally, a statistical process control for small batch production. They are all available from lulu.com and the links are in the video below. Welcome to the latest video. And in this video newsletter, what we're going to talk about is how to select a great Six Sigma training company. Yeah, so selecting a Six Sigma training company. I get lots of questions from people, usually all over the world. Obviously, I'm going to be starting to do my green belt training really soon, and there'll probably be an announcement on Monday if you want to drop me a line and you're interested in that. But if you're somewhere else in the world and you want to know, how do I select a great Six Sigma training organization? Well, there's one simple question to ask. And by the way, this is as a direct result of me sitting and watching a free video. There was a free video from Simply Learn. I think it was 4 hours or 6 hours long. It just said Six Sigma green belt training free of charge. So I took a look at it. Quite honestly, it was bloody awful. So how do I judge what's terrible from what's really good? Well, here's the question to ask. Here's the question to ask the trainer. When you teach me Six Sigma, ask the question, what physics will you teach me? What physics will you teach me? Not what maths will you teach me? Not what tools will you teach me? What physics will you teach me? Because Six Sigma is about physics. And unless you get taught physics, none of the mathematical tools are of any use to you whatsoever. Learning the physics is how you fix the problem. So if you came on one of my courses, what am I going to teach you? Well, I'm going to teach you physics. We're going to talk an awful lot about these input-output diagrams. So we're going to have your process, your money-making process. This is going to be one of the basic pieces of physics that you're going to learn. Inputs, outputs. Inputs control outputs. If you want process control, where do you put your rules and your documentation? You put it on the input side of this process. And there's the laws of physics. You are going to learn basic laws of physics if you come on my course. Then what I'm going to do, I'll teach you the maths to be able to make that work as well, to be able to understand it really well. But we'll start with things like inputs, control outputs. We'll talk about whether your process is in chaos or control. And everything will be about physics. What's the current state of your process? What's the current state of your input control? How do I use inputs in order to control outputs? The other thing we'll be looking at, of course, is what type of problem have you got? If you have a problem where you need to control the noise here, you need to squeeze this in. Or do you have a problem where you're off target, like this? and you need to shift the mean. All of this is physics. And so when you're gonna learn Six Sigma, what is it you wanna learn? I want to learn process physics. And when I've got that, all the mathematical tools make perfect sense. All the other training makes perfect sense. The use of all the analytical tools, process flow, cause and effect, how to do proper cause and effect analysis, how to use 5 whys properly. All of that analytical tool techniques, all of that makes sense, as well as all the mathematical tools make sense. But if they're not teaching you physics, don't go and learn the maths. You won't be able to do anything. You'll be useless to your employer if you've just learned maths. So there's the question. If you are selecting a Six Sigma training organization, ask them, how much physics are you going to teach me? Because that will tell you how brilliant the Six Sigma training is, and it will also tell you how much money you'll be able to save. Ask about the physics.